Okay, so ready to dive into some seriously uncharted territory today. Imagine, like, ducks, not just quacking, but actually communicating with, like, complex language, like grammar, dialects, the whole thing.
It really is a paradigm shift in how we think about animal communication.
Yeah.
Like for centuries, we kind of, you know, underestimated the cognitive abilities of other species.
Right.
We assumed their sounds were purely instinctual.
Right.
But this research is cracking open a whole new world.
It's like a secret society of ducks.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you've shared two really fascinating sources with me,
The
Decoding Annotated Discourse, the language of ducks,
Yes.
and duck speak transcripts, vocalizations in natural duck habitat.
Yeah, and what's so cool is they actually complement each other really well.
Yeah.
Decoding Annotated Discourse kind of lays out like the foundational principles of duck language.
Right. Yep.
And then the duck speak transcripts give us like raw, unfiltered examples of like conversation.
So it's like we're getting the textbook and then we're getting to listen in. Okay, so Decoding Annotated Discourse
Yeah.
starts out by breaking down the sounds of duck language.
Uh-huh.
And they talk about, instead of just random quacks,
Right.
they've identified distinct sounds or phones that ducks use as building blocks for communication.
Yeah, like how we use letters to form words.
Okay.
And they found that ducks have this repertoire of about 17 phonemes,
Wow.
each with its own specific pronunciation and meaning depending on the context.
So it's not just the sound, but how it's used that matters.
Exactly.
It's like how the word fire can mean different things depending on whether you're, yelling fire in a crowded theater or saying that fire is cozy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about the nuance.
So nuance is important.
Huge.
Okay.
And they do a good job of like teasing these nuances apart.
Okay.
For example, they describe this one phone that they represent as qua,
Okay.
which is this like deep resonant call that often signifies territory or reassurance.
So a duck might use qua to say like, this is my pond, or hey, everyone relax, we're good.
Okay.
And they note that like the volume and duration of the qua can change depending on the duck's emotional state or the situation.
That's so cool. So it's not just a one-size-fits-all quack.
No,
They're actually modulating their vocalizations to convey specific information.
totally.
That's amazing. Okay, so we've got qua. What else?
Cook,
Cook. Okay.
which is like a short, sharp sound,
Okay.
often associated with alarm calls.
So if a hawk swoops down, you might hear a chorus of cook, cook, cook from the ducks.
Precisely, and they often pair that with visual signals too,
Oh, really?
like flapping their wings or like ruffling their feathers to amplify the message.
Yeah, like they're adding an exclamation point
Totally.
to their alarm calls. Okay, cook.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
And then there's prip, which is
Um,
primarily used by male ducks during courtship displays.
Okay.
So it's like a soft trilling sound.
So it's like a ducky love song.
Yeah,
I wonder if they have like different perp styles,
that's
like different genres of music.
Like maybe some ducks are into like smooth jazz prep, while others prefer a more like rock and roll prep.
That would be cool.
Right. Okay, so we've got qua for territory reassurance, cook for alarms, prep for romance.
Mm-hmm.
What other fascinating sounds did they uncover?
One that caught my eye was grunt grunt,
Grunt, grunt. Okay.
which is produced underwater.
Underwater. Okay.
And it seems to be used by mother ducks to guide their ducklings.
So even baby ducks need directions. Apparently. I can just imagine a mother duck saying grunt, grunt, grunt to her little ones as they're following her through the reeds.
It's remarkable how they use sound to navigate and communicate even underwater.
This is all so fascinating, but it makes you wonder, how did the researchers even begin to decode all of this?
Yeah.
I mean, ducks aren't exactly handing out dictionaries.
Right. It was a huge undertaking, but they were so meticulous in their approach.
Okay.
They combined like cutting edge technology with really careful observation to try to unravel this mystery.
All right, let's dive into their methods. I'm dying to know how they pulled this off.
So first, they used submerged hydrophones
Okay.
to capture the ducks' underwater vocalizations.
So they were like eavesdropping on underwater duck conversations.
Exactly. And then for the ducks' airborne calls, they used these specialized microphones mounted on drones.
Wow. So they were like duck paparazzi capturing these candid shots of their conversations.
In a way, yeah. But the real magic happened when they combined those audio recordings with video footage.
Okay.
So they could correlate specific sounds with specific behaviors.
So it's like watching a movie with subtitles, except the subtitles were for duck language.
Precisely. And through that process, they started to notice these patterns.
Okay.
Like they observed that certain sounds were consistently associated with certain actions, like
Oh, yeah.
feeding or preening or like displaying aggression.
So it wasn't just random quacking. There was a method to the madness.
Exactly.
But how did they figure out the more complex aspects of duck language,
Uh-huh.
like grammar and dialects?
That's where things get even more interesting. So it seems ducks don't just have like a vocabulary of sounds, they also have these rules for how those sounds are combined.
Wait, are you telling me ducks have grammar?
Well, it's not exactly like human grammar,
Okay.
but they definitely have a system for structuring their vocalizations.
Okay, so give me an example. How does this work?
So, for example, they found that the order of sounds can change the meaning of a message, just like word order matters in human language.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. Give me an example.
Oh.
How can changing the order of duck sounds change the meaning?
So they give this example in Decoding Anatine Discourse, using the qua and cook sounds we talked about earlier.
Okay.
They say if a duck vocalizes qua cook without a pause, it typically means the area is secure. There's no immediate threats.
So like all clear.
Exactly. But if the duck pauses between the two sounds, qua, pause, cook, the meaning shifts to something like, the territory is secure, but remain vigilant.
Wow, so a simple pause can change the entire tone of the message.
Yeah.
It's like the duck equivalent of adding a comma or a semicolon.
Precisely. And they found other fascinating examples of how ducks use pauses, repetitions, and changes in pitch to add these layers of meaning to their communication.
This is incredible. It's like we're cracking the code of a secret language. But before we get too carried away with duck grammar, you mentioned something about dialects. Are you telling me ducks have accents too?
They do. It turns out that different species of ducks have developed their own unique ways of communicating, much like regional dialects in human languages.
So a mallard from New York might quack differently from a mallard from London.
Exactly. And Decoding Anatine Discourse provides some really fascinating examples.
Okay.
For instance, they describe how mallards have this distinctive guttural sound represented as granib, which they often use during courtship displays.
So it's like a special mallard mating call.
Yeah,
Do other duck species have unique vocalizations like that?
they do. For example, Muscovy ducks are known for incorporating hisses into their calls, giving their communication this distinct sound. And Mandarin ducks are famous for their elaborate pruk trills, which are often accompanied by visually stunning feather displays.
It's amazing how each species has developed its own unique dialect, shaped by its environment and social behaviors. But with all this diversity in duck language, how on earth did the researchers keep track of it all? Did they have to become fluent in every duck dialect?
Well, they didn't exactly become fluent, but they did develop a remarkable system for documenting and analyzing these duck vocalizations.
Okay.
And in fact, that's where our second source, DuckSpeak transcripts, vocalizations in natural duck habitats, comes in.
Perfect. Let's dive into those transcripts and hear what these duck conversations sound like in the wild.
Yeah, these transcripts are like a treasure trove of raw duck speak captured across, all these different scenarios. Morning gatherings, foraging frenzies, courtship displays, you name it.
It's like we have a backstage pass to the duck world.
Right.
I'm so excited to hear what these conversations sound like.
All right, so let's jump right in.
All right.
Transcript 1 is titled Morning Gathering, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's this cacophony of quacks, props, and cooks as a flock of ducks is like waking up and starting their day.
It's like listening in on a ducky coffee klatch.
Exactly. And even without translations, you can kind of sense the energy and excitement.
Right.
There's a lot of like back and forth overlapping calls, changes in volume and pitch. It's clear they're communicating, even if we don't understand the specifics yet.
Right. It makes you wonder what they're talking about. Like
Yeah.
who slept in, who's hogging the best foraging spots, the latest duck fashion trends.
Maybe now contrast that with transcript 2,
Okay.
titled Foraging Frenzy. This one is a bit more chaotic,
Okay.
with a lot of short, repeated quacks and kooks.
Sounds like a ducky feeding frenzy. I can almost imagine them like squabbling over the tastiest morsels.
Exactly. And you can hear this real sense of urgency in their calls.
Right.
It's so interesting to compare this to like the more relaxed and drawn out vocalizations in the morning gathering transcript.
Yeah. It really highlights how ducks adjust their communication style depending on the situation.
Precisely.
Okay.
Now, transcript 3 is titled Alarm Call Sequence, and this one is particularly striking. It starts with a series of like rapid, high-pitched cook calls,
Okay.
followed by this flurry of quacks and praps, some repeated, some overlapping.
I can feel the tension just listening to it. It sounds like they're signaling danger, and maybe coordinating an escape route?
Exactly, and you can almost hear the panic and confusion in their calls.
Right.
It's a stark reminder of the threats ducks face in their daily lives.
Okay. I need something a bit more lighthearted after that one.
Okay.
Do the transcripts include any examples of those charming prec courtship calls we were talking about?
They do. Transcript 4 is titled Courtship Display,
Okay.
and it's quite delightful. It features a male duck showcasing his finest prep trills, interspersed with quacks and cucks, presumably from a nearby female.
Oh, it's like a ducky love serenade.
Exactly, and you can even hear other ducks in the background,
Really?
seemingly chiming in with their own quacks and preps, almost as if they're commenting on the performance.
It's like they're the ducky chorus providing a soundtrack for the romance.
It's a beautiful example of how complex and nuanced these duck social interactions can be,
Yeah.
and how they use vocalizations to express this whole range of emotions.
I am so captivated by these transcripts. It's amazing how much we can glean just from the sounds.
Oh.
Even without understanding the precise meanings. But it makes you wonder, what are the broader implications of this research?
Right.
What does it tell us about animal intelligence and the nature of language itself?
Those are great questions.
Yeah.
And I think this research has the potential to totally revolutionize our understanding of the natural world.
How so?
Well, for one thing, it challenges that anthropocentric view of language, the idea that humans are the only species capable of complex communication.
It's like we've been holding ourselves up as the gold standard of intelligence while overlooking the incredible abilities of other species.
Exactly. And this research suggests that language in its various forms might be far more widespread in the animal kingdom than we ever thought.
So ducks might just be the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
It makes you wonder what other secrets are hidden in the sounds of the forest, the ocean, the jungle.
Yeah, it's a tantalizing thought, and it opens up this whole new realm of possibilities for interspecies communication.
Right.
Imagine a world where we can understand the conversations happening all around us, not just between ducks, but between, birds, squirrels, dolphins, even insects.
That would be mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But even if we never achieve that level of understanding,
Yeah.
this research is a huge step forward.
Totally.
It's a reminder to approach the natural world with curiosity and humility,
Yeah.
recognizing that we still have so much to learn.
I couldn't agree more. And it underscores the importance of protecting these incredible species and their habitats.
Right.
If ducks can have these sophisticated communication systems, imagine what other wonders we might discover if we continue to listen and learn.
It's a call to action for all of us to become better stewards of the natural world, to appreciate the incredible diversity of life that surrounds us. But I'm curious, what do you think is the most surprising or intriguing finding from this research? What really stands out to you?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's the discovery of duck grammar.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that they have these rules for combining sounds to create meaning,
Yeah.
it suggests this level of cognitive complexity that we haven't fully grasped before.
Right.
And it raises these fascinating questions about the evolutionary origins of language.
Yeah.
Did it arise independently in different species, or is there this common thread that connects all forms of communication?
Those are huge questions.
Yeah, and it's incredible to think that we're just starting to unravel these mysteries.
But speaking of unraveling mysteries, we've been talking a lot about the big picture, but I want to circle back to those DuckSpeak transcripts for a moment.
Okay.
Are there any specific examples from the transcripts that you found particularly illuminating or surprising?
Yeah, there are a couple that come to mind. One that I found particularly intriguing was from the social interaction transcript.
Okay.
It features this sequence of calls that seem to indicate a conflict or disagreement between two ducks.
Oh, so they have arguments too. I wonder what they were squabbling about, who gets to sit on the best lily pad.
Maybe, but what's interesting is how the conflict seems to escalate and de-escalate through a series of vocalizations.
Wow.
You can hear changes in volume, pitch, repetition, as if they're trying to assert dominance or appease each other.
It's like they're having this heated debate, but without using any words we understand.
Yeah.
It's fascinating to see those parallels with human communication. Are there any other examples from the transcripts that stood out to you?
Another one that caught my attention was from the nighttime roosting transcript.
Right.
It features a series of very soft, almost whispered quah calls, as if the ducks are settling down for the night and reassuring each other.
That's so sweet. It's like they're saying goodnight to each other before drifting off to sleep.
Exactly, and it highlights how ducks use vocalizations not just for practical purposes, but also for social bonding and emotional expression.
Yeah, it paints such a vivid picture of their lives. And it makes you realize that there's so much more going on beneath the surface than we might initially perceive.
Absolutely. And I think that's one of the most important takeaways from this research.
What's that?
It encourages us to look beyond the obvious, to listen more attentively to the world around us, and to recognize the intelligence and complexity of other species.
It's a reminder that we share this planet with a multitude of incredible creatures, each with its own unique way of perceiving and interacting with the world.
And who knows what other wonders we might discover if we approach the natural world with an open mind and willingness to listen.
Yeah, it's like we've been given this whole new lens through which to view the natural world. And speaking of new lenses, this research must have some, like, pretty big implications for conservation efforts.
Who's?
Like, if we can understand duck language, can we use that knowledge to better protect them?
Absolutely. I think this research has the potential to revolutionize how we approach conservation. Like imagine being able to interpret ducks' alarm calls in real time, allowing us to identify and mitigate threats more effectively.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Or understanding their foraging patterns to help us create more sustainable habitats.
So it's like we could be working with them instead of just for them.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just ducks.
Yeah.
This research opens up the possibility of understanding and collaborating with a whole range of species.
Okay. Now I'm really getting excited, but let's maybe rein it in for a moment and talk about the challenges.
Okay.
Even with these incredible advancements, there must still be so much we don't know about duck speak.
Oh, tons. Like what? Well, I think one of the biggest challenges is just the sheer diversity of duck language.
Yeah.
Remember those regional dialects we talked about?
Right.
Well, imagine trying to create a comprehensive duck dictionary that encompasses all those variations.
Yeah.
It's a massive task.
It's like trying to translate every language on Earth simultaneously.
Basically.
So what are the next steps? Like, where do researchers go from here?
Well, one area that's ripe for exploration is the development of technology that can translate duck vocalizations in real time.
Okay.
Like imagine a device that could listen to a flock of ducks and tell us what they're saying about their environment or their stress levels or their needs.
Yeah, that would be a game changer for conservationists. But it also sounds kind of like science fiction.
It might seem that way now, but
Mhm.
considering how far we've come in just a few years,
Yeah.
it's not totally implausible.
Okay.
Another important area of research, I think, is understanding how duck communication is affected by human activity.
Oh, right.
Like, how does noise pollution impact their ability to communicate?
Yeah.
How do they adapt to changing landscapes?
Those are such important questions.
Totally. Like, if we're going to coexist with these amazing creatures, we need to understand how our actions are impacting their lives.
Absolutely. And perhaps the most exciting avenue for future research is exploring the potential for interspecies communication. Could we one day develop a way to communicate with ducks in a meaningful way? Not just understand their signals, but actually engage in a dialogue.
That would be wild.
Yeah. Okay, now that really is mind-blowing. But even if we never reach that point, this research has already expanded our understanding of animal intelligence and the possibilities of communication in ways we never imagined.
Totally.
So what's the one thing you hope our listeners take away from this deep dive into duck speak?
I guess I just hope it sparks a sense of wonder and curiosity about the natural world.
Yeah.
The next time you hear ducks quacking, don't just dismiss it as random noise. Listen closely and try to imagine the conversations they might be having.
Right.
Who knows, maybe one day we'll be able to join in.
That's a beautiful thought and a powerful reminder that we share this planet with a multitude of fascinating creatures, each with its own unique way of communicating and experiencing the world. Thanks for taking us on this incredible journey into the world of duck speak.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.